a minute or two to let it sink in that we're live. See if some people jump on board. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. There's been a lot of weirdness with um, people's subscription for some reason. And Johnny was showing me this. They subscribed, but it unsubscribed them, which I've never heard of before with YouTube.
I have multiple
Have you?
times.
I've never heard of that.
There's a lot of channels who repeatedly beg their subscribers to ask and make sure that they are still subscribed because essentially, if you're talking about something that's not on YouTube's priority list, they desubscribe people. I don't know the mechanics or
Oh,
how the algorithm works, but I know it is a thing that happens based on how many channels I've heard people asking their followers to please double check their subscription.
that makes sense. That's actually a good point. I never knew
There's a
that.
lot of
It makes
people
sense for
too
YouTube.
who also kind of get shadow banned if they go against certain popular opinions or if they don't just kind of toe the party line, so to speak. And
Right.
so they people will subscribe, but the subscriber count stops going up.
Huh. That's wild. All right. So, with that being said, welcome everybody. Welcome back to Drinks and Toys. It is a beautiful Tuesday night. Wheezy will join us at some point. He just is not here right now, which is fine because tonight is Transformers and he could give a shit less. So, with that being said, I am joined by the one and only Google Master, Mr. Psycho. How are you?
I'm good. I'm not a Google master. I just like to do some research.
And we are joined by Transformers Jesus, aka the Dessert King, uh, Captain Captain Creamsicle, Ice Spark. How you doing?
Hello, thanks for having me.
And this should be a good night. It should be a good conversation. Gus, what's up, man? Should be a lot of fun. We have some very like-minded individuals. I will sit here frustrated to no end, and it will be fun. And we will talk about Transformers, man. Anything and everything. I know we've done this before, but new things have come out. New information, so on and so forth. So I think it's going to be cool. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I've got some notes, which I never do, but I absolutely have to in regards to these two gentlemen, because otherwise, if not, I will trip over my own feet, and this will not be fun. So I will start out with first things first, and hopefully we don't spend all year on it, but that is Transformers 1. And so I sent a message attachment to, and we talked about it a little bit beforehand, so we're gonna have to pretend we didn't do this already, but I sent it to Psycho to start, and it had talked about how Transformers 1 was the least successful of all the movies that have come out, for one reason or another. And I'll just give my personal opinion, and then you guys just go nuts, because I know you will. First thing being, I enjoyed the movie after the first 25-30. The first 25-30 minutes, I understand it was kind of like the time for the characters. You get to know where they come from, I guess, in their own story, I guess. And I don't know where that comes from, whether it comes from the IDW comics or what. I don't know that. And Spark, you can speak on that in a second. You're pulling a Psycho where you guys already start shaking your head and shit before you even get there. But where that came from, and then after the 20-30 minutes, the movie took off. And it was awesome. All the characters and the development and the action and everything was just really, really cool. Got to see some characters you knew and you identified with, and then some characters maybe you didn't know anything about. But it was kind of cool to see them on the big screen in an updated animated film. But you're about to say something about no, it's not IDW. Where did they come from?
Well, it's not quite that. It's that they kind of did a composite of a bunch of different origins, did some slight rearranging and changing because they're trying to dumb down essentially a massive epic built across years upon years upon years of comics into a family-friendly, easy-to-understand opening. Hello, how are you?
Welcome aboard, man.
I was hoping I was going to make it just in time to interrupt Tony's speech, but I fucking got held up with a computer update.
Don't worry, you can interrupt
Hello,
me later.
gentlemen.
All right, go ahead, Spark. You were good. You had this.
Well, I was just saying that it takes time to do a proper setup for it all. I think out of all the movies that they've cranked out, it's easily got the strongest script overall, easily beats all the Michael Bay stuff and the other side films. but most of the weaknesses come from a combination of distillation, adaptation where they decided to just try and do a bit of their own spin, and lastly, a total failure of marketing. The marketing for the film was absolutely horrendous. The trailers did not reflect the content of the film itself. It provided a whole lot of tonal whiplash. And lastly, the budget suffered from going with celebrities and big names over actual voice actors, which weren't necessary.
Agreed.
It's a bit of a mixed bag that leans more on the positive than the negative. I would have liked to have seen them do a second one. I think that it was a decent enough foundation to keep things going. Just I think the marketing and the voice acting is what really held it back from being something bigger, because somebody somewhere put a lot of care into it. They knew enough to keep Sentinel and Zeta as two separate, distinct characters, when lately they keep kind of getting masked and fused into one. And there's a lot of other small mistakes here and there, and even the film itself had some last-minute editing and tweaks to it. For example, it's announced as the winner of the race is Chromia in the big race sequence in the film, and if you look at the actual character model, it's Miraz. Miraz was meant to be the winner.
Why do you think they did that, though? Why do you think they did that for the movie?
I don't really have an actual answer on that one, simply because there's not enough production material from behind the scenes. We know that the director was one of the fellows who came over from Pixar. Apparently he had worked on Toy Story and some other stuff, but there was definitely a bit of disconnect. And the other thing to keep in mind is that this film has been in the making since 2009. It was originally announced as an animated prequel for the Michael Bay movies, and then just kept getting rolled over and over and over to different teams and departments over a vast number of years. This is the film that Hasbro bought an animation studio, Boulder Animation, to produce and make, and they've now closed down the studio too. It's gone.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Because they don't have the racist robots from the second movie. That's why. Like, if they had those robots, you'd be golden.
I mean, here's the issue with the Transformers franchise, in my opinion. And I'll say I agree with pretty much everything that Icepark said.
Hold on. That might be a first in Drinks and Toys history that Psycho agrees with somebody wholeheartedly on everything they've said.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Congratulations, and I tip my bonnet to you.
But
There's a reason.
I didn't bother to see Transformers 1 in the theaters. I didn't make an effort to see it. I stumbled upon it on a streaming service. I don't remember which one. It started like doing the quick play, and I'm like, all right, I'll watch it. So that's how I watched it. And it was decent. I mean, I thought the story was strong. I thought the characterization was strong. Like Icepark said, like you could tell they made a genuine effort to craft a story. So it's unfortunate it didn't get kind of the recognition that it should, but I don't know that they can do anything with Transformers at this point that's going to move the needle unless they do something drastic, right? Because they're always going to spend way more on a film than they need to because of this penchant to hire celebrities instead of voice actors, like Icepark already said, but also different people want different things. So since I'm not a G1 fan, I don't give a shit about G1. I enjoyed the first live-action Michael Bay film just because it was fun. There was enough Transformers lore there, and I'm like, oh, okay, I know that. I remember that. The characters looked good on the screen. The human characters were entertaining, and the movie worked. People hated the second movie, but I thought the second movie was funny. Was it great? It absolutely was not, right? Was it entertaining? I thought it was entertaining. John Turturro in the film was fantastic. I enjoyed the entertainment factor. The third movie was less entertaining for me. And then I didn't see the one with Mark Wahlberg until it came out for home video, and I still have never seen Rise of the Beasts. I didn't bother watching that because I didn't like the voice. I didn't like the voice choices for the Beast Wars characters in the trailers. I'm like, nope, these voices bother me, not watching this. That was it.
I do think if there was a Beast Wars movie remade with that still same cinematography, right? Like they show Cheetor and like Optimus. If we had the rest of the characters, supporting characters, and they're fighting the actual Predacons, like, you know, T-Rex, Megatron, that'd be a great fucking movie. And I bet it would fucking skyrocket and toys would go off again.
I love the look of it. The voices bothered the hell out of me. Right. I did not like the choices they made for the voice cast.
That was the same problem I had with Transformers 1, the voices. I can kind of see Hemsworth growing eventually over the course of ages to turn into Cullen's voice of Optimus. The fella they hired to play Megatron, I don't see any way possible to bridge the gap between that Megatron as a young version to Frank Welker's Megatron.
Yeah.
I agree on the voices with Rise of the Beasts as well. I did not like Perlman as Primal, and I found it very ironic that he complained about having been replaced as Hellboy and then went ahead and replaced somebody else as Primal.
Yes.
Ron Perlman, for me, is very specific to Hellboy.
I liked him very much in Pacific Rim. I thought his character and acting there were fantastic. I did not like him as Primal in the cartoon when they had him there, and I didn't like that they picked him up to play in the film instead. We could have had Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime and Gary Chalk as Optimus Primal on screen together, and it really hurts that they sacrificed that opportunity for the two to meet. Seeing as they tried to do it in Beast Wars, and we lost out on getting Cullen there due to labor union contracts with the voice actors union.
This has always been something that Psycho's said and Ice Spark has said. This is shit that I don't give a fuck about when it comes to like the voice actors, right? Like, so if a voice actor did something in the original cartoon and it's 30 something years later, I don't give a shit if it's not the same voice. That's just me personally. I understand why people would. It's just I don't care.
Well, right? I'm going to give you a slight quick example. Do you all remember the live action Christopher Robin film that Disney released?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Did you know that the man who plays Winnie the Pooh and that the man who plays Tigger are the same individual?
Yes.
In that movie or in general? Because in general, I thought it was an old man who did it.
Nope. Jim Cummings is the voice of both Winnie the Pooh currently and Tigger as well. When they went to make that live-action Christopher Robin film, they recast both roles with new voices for the pre-production. And they did test screenings. Audiences do not know the name Jim Cummings on a regular consensus. People were walking out of the test screenings complaining to Disney that the characters did not sound right, having no idea, one, that both characters are the same man, and two, that the voice had been replaced. Eventually, Disney wound up caving to the test screening demands and brought Cummings back on board.
As they should. I mean, that man voiced a ton of our childhood, by the way. Like, let's take a moment to acknowledge Jim Cummings and everything that he voiced for us when we were growing up.
Like I said, it's just that stuff, like specific voice actors, especially 20, 30 years later. I don't care if it's not the same. Because if it was like a direct go from, all right, I can see where you want the same one because it's the same Optimus Prime. But if it's a different branch, a different thing, it's fine. If it's a different iteration, I don't care if it's the same voice actor. That's like Psycho. Like, you don't give a shit who, or you don't give a shit what version of an animated Batman. If it's not live action, it has to be fucking
Kevin Conroy. I mean,
it has to be him, no matter what. Which doesn't make sense to me, because if you have him as the animated series Batman, perfect, no problem. There's no reason he should be the fucking like the Dark Knight cartoon. Like, they should. It's different Batman. It's different universes, different voices. Like, it's fine. Like,
I agree to that extent, right? So here's my issue with the voice cast that they did. I like Ron Perlman as an actor, and he's done a lot of things that I've enjoyed watching. I loved him in Blade 2. I loved him in Pacific Rim, right? Like, I enjoy Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman's voice is the wrong type of voice for Optimus Primal. It just is. Optimus Primal's character and attitude is different. He's a more introspective, philosophical leader. He's not a like hard nose, always on the grind. That's not Optimus Primal. And so had they chosen somebody else whose vocal inflection or intonation was closer to Gary Chalk, I would have been fine. But the way that Ron Perlman performs, in my opinion, is wrong for the character. It's not necessarily the name of the actor. It's the essentially like creation of the character.
That's
For
perfectly
me,
fine,
it's
but that's not
kinda-
what I was referring to. I was referring to when you make comments of, "Oh, well, it has to be this actor because that's who it was originally." Like, now finding somebody who can do something similar, sure. If it doesn't fit the character, absolutely. That's a different argument. That's a different aspect. Just being like, "Oh, it's not this specific voice actor from 1982, and it sucks now because they didn't get him, even though he might be fucking dead. They didn't AI his voice. It sucks." I don't agree with that. Like, if it's completely different universe, different thing, it could be a different voice. Now, still, the voice has to match the character aspects. Absolutely. That 100%. That's why, like, Ice Spark's idea of Winnie the Pooh, if the voice comes off and it sounds like a raspy old hag who had 4 packs of cigarettes, all right, you know what? That's not Winnie the Pooh. That's fucking
Got
weird.
any honey?
Exactly. Like, get rid of it, walk out. That sucks. Like, but at some point, you have to let other people take on these characters. If we keep making them, they keep going.
Well,
And
I'm going to
do
point out when
more.
Disney recasts, they find an exact vocal match. The man who plays Mickey Mouse today, Wayne Albright, is clearly not Walt Disney, who was the original voice, but they do a ton of casting to very carefully match the vocal aesthetic so that the character's voice remains a constant, because that
But-
is a hook for the audience.
They don't lose their appeal.
Yeah,
I understand, but like they really don't need that. Like I said, I understand if you want somebody who has a similar voice or can use a similar characteristics, maybe similar speech patterns to hit those specific things. But you don't have to have like the straight up has to be the same person.
yeah.
And like I said, if they're dead, they'll find the best they can do to make do with it. But do like The Simpsons. If the fucking person dies, kill the character. Fuck it.
And I'll do listen, and I'll admit to what Chris is saying, because like I'll give you a perfect example of what he's talking about. When Batman Begins was announced, I hated on the movie because they didn't bring back the original Alfred from the first 4 movies, right? I'm like, guy's still alive. That's Alfred. They should bring him back. But at the end of the day, they were correct to replace him with Michael Caine, because the Alfred from the first 4 movies would not have fit into the world of Batman Begins. Not to mention he was super old. He was gonna, pass away. But I mean that Alfred in the Dark Knight trilogy universe needed to be more assertive, needed to be more commanding, needed to be more than the other Alfred. And so, like, in that respect is what Chris is saying. Like, he's right. That's my opinions do kind of differ in that way. But Kevin Conroy, in my opinion, is Batman. Now, if you were to do a cartoon about the Dark Knight Rise, not the Dark Knight Rise, the Dark Knight Returns, and you didn't use Kevin Conroy, I'm fine with that. Like, that's not Kevin Conroy's Batman. That Batman is way different. Yeah.
So the Batman in Turtles versus Batman was like Troy something or Trevor something?
Troy Baker, and he's voiced Batman several times, including in the Arkham Origin.
And he did a great job. I think his voice was very spot on.
The other thing to remember too is voice actors are incredibly versatile and have a massive range. Troy Baker not only played Batman, he's also played the Joker. And in Transformers, there's an instance where Troy Baker played Zaz, and he is spot on indistinguishable from Scatman Crothers, and it's absolutely an amazing performance. A lot of them have a wide range. Megatron, when played by Frank Welker in Generation 1, Welker gives a completely different performance as the same voice and the same character in Transformers Prime. There's no reason that the performance can't be modified from the same actor as well.
Yes.
Who picks up Galvatron after Nimoy, after the movie?
It was Welker resuming the role, playing him as completely unhinged. But that was also a choice of the director as well, which would have been Wally Burr.
Gotcha. Okay. Because I'm not a big... listen, I love the movie. As big a fan as anybody else, but I don't like Nimoy as Galvatron. It doesn't do anything for me. All I can hear is Nimoy. I can't get away from that.
Nimoy wasn't Galvatron. Nimoy was...
Nimoy was Galvatron.
He was Galvatron.
Oh, you're talking about the cartoon.
Yes.
The movie. Yeah, the cartoon movie.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the movie like Transformers 3. In Transformers 3,
They
the
wasted
film
him.
No.
plays Sentinel Prime. So I was confused.
Which
They
which is
wasted
the
him
one that
so
had
bad.
Jetfire? Was that the second movie where
That's
they
the
finally
second one. Cinematic
Okay.
dumpster
That
fire.
was a terrible fucking Jetfire. He's got a goddamn cane. And he's got gas. Come on. Not for nothing. He transforms, he's like, ah. And I'm like,
This
You've never had a car backfire?
This is the film that was written by Michael Bay along with the two writers, and the two writers are awful. The same two writers who wrote Transformers 2, Roberto Orci and Alex Kurtzman, they're the ones that are currently running Star Trek into a toilet.
I did.
Star Trek's always been in a toilet. Let's be honest.
I did love Directly Beneath Enemy Scrotum. That shit was so funny.
Let's put it this way: ask Hasbro when they're going to make a screen accurate Devastator with all of his accessories.
What is your location? Directly beneath Enemy Scrotum.
so did they not, and maybe I'm wrong,
Probably.
they did not make a Hasbro version of Jetfire, did they?
They did.
Yes,
For the movie?
I own it. With those toys, I bought them all prior to the film's release. They had them for sale, limited run at BotCon that year. You could buy them in advance.
Hey,
And at the time, they were going around saying Simon Furman was on board as an advisor, that they had learned from their mistakes from the first film. So I bought a bunch of the stuff in advance. And the toys themselves, while I don't care for the designs, the toys were amazing engineering. The budgets had been increased that year. Revenge the Fallen probably has the highest budget of any mainline toy line that Hasbro has ever released under the Transformers banner. The engineering, the construction, the amount of pieces, absolutely insane. Jetfire does have a pretty decent toy.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's I don't know.
Big. It's a big figure.
Before we sold our house in South Florida and moved, I sold all my Transformers from the movie, and I had a bunch of them, and I kind of regret selling a couple of those. The Leader Class Optimus, the Leader Class Jetfire. I wish I hadn't gotten rid of those because I love those too, especially when they combine together.
I've got a friend who collects Transformers. He's a lot younger than me. He's basically a kid, but he's a huge Transformers fan. We met through collecting, and he's pestered me at times to bring into work because he works at the same place. He wants to see older figures, and so I brought some in for him to see. And I brought in Transformers 2 Prime, and I told him this cost $40 back when I bought it.
Yeah,
And he looked like he was about to have a heart attack.
I think I sold the two of them open without boxes or anything, for like $350 for both of them with all their accessories together. They definitely were worth money together.
I've got the normal version. I've got the Buster Prime edition and the Jetwing version as well. I was hoping to cobble together one good version because while I don't like the movies, I do love Peter Cullen, and he plays Optimus in the films. So I wanted one fantastic one, and you know what? I never got around to open them. They're all still mint, aside from the Leader Prime.
So is that you're talking about the Jetfire Optimus when they combine? Yeah. Wheeze, you had something?
No. Earlier you said you might be wrong. I was just letting you know you're accurate. You were correct about being wrong. That's all.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Give you a win.
A lot of shouting going on in somebody's background.
It's Psychos.
My daughter got hurt. Hold on.
With a cat? You don't have a cat. So all right. So a couple things while he's gone. Guys, thanks so much for coming out tonight. We're gonna that was a joke. Like I was gonna end the show. All right. Whew, tough crowd. Yeah. So Transformers 1, like you said, I will tell you one thing. Like the show was not terrible. I do love when they finally interacted with Shockwave, with Soundwave. You know, like however they wanted to classify, they met them, right? But I do like when they started interacting with them and with Starscream. I think those were cool, and the toys that came out for those were pretty cool. And I say pretty cool, third parties that made them. Anything that came out by Hasbro, to me, was dime store trash. Everything that hit the shelves was absolute trash. Flimsy plastics, very thin. Nothing was like solid molded. It was all, like almost like you were building blockies, but not even that solid. That kind of quality. Transformations were shoddy at best. Terrible paint schemes. Everything was just printed in whatever color they wanted that part to be, to make it easier to slap it together and get it in a box. And I think had they made quality Transformers 1 toys, right? Had Hasbro actually slowed the hell down and made a decent toy, that would have helped the franchise. But they were so quick to throw out, kind of like the Sonic movie, right? Kind of like the Mario movie. Even what was it? The one with Spider-Man.
That's
Into the
Spider-Verse film?
Spider-Verse. The second one, right?
The one that lost the Oscar?
Was it Into or Across the Spider-Verse? Which one am I thinking?
Spider-Verse,
Across.
second one.
So that one, they put out all these toys because Hobie,
No,
the
lost.
punk Spider-Man, was like the big one, right? Everybody liked, because it's like Deadpool. Like you see him once, all of a sudden he's the coolest guy ever. So, so they turn around, they make all these toys, but they're the shittiest, shoddiest toys. They don't spend any time, and had they slowed down and spent some time with the figures and the toys, it would have helped the franchise. But that, I think, in my opinion, no, you don't think? You're shaking your head? No. I think it automatically kills it right off the rip. If I watch something and I'm like, this is pretty cool, and I go to the store and I'm looking for that figure, and I'm like, oh, this figure sucks. I'm done. I'm not going to buy anything. But if I see the figure and I go, oh, this is pretty fucking cool, I'm probably going to buy the rest of the line.
I don't know. Like, I get what you're saying, and I understand, and I follow your reasoning. I just don't think that good toys would have saved that film. I think that film had so much going against it to begin with, coming off of the lack of success of the previous live action films. Like Ice-Spark said, the terrible marketing job that they did, right? And then that initial buzz where they cut the trailers to show you a certain type of movie, but then the film was not that type of movie at all. I think that the toys would not have saved it. Even if the toys were good, I still don't think people would have bought them because people's kids wouldn't have wanted them.
I'm going to point out, too, that as bad as the trailers were, most people, if they weren't a Transformers fan, they weren't even aware that there was a movie, because I went into work and I'd be like, so anyone else interested in going to see the Transformers movie with me for a group sewing? And they're like, there's a new movie? Really? Where? Nobody had even heard or realized it. So the marketing wasn't as bad. It was very sparse.
Like, what you're saying makes sense, Tony. Were the figures bad? Yes. Was the movie bad? Meh.
I'm
Right?
going to point out, too, real quick, that just even if the Transformers 1 toys were awful, there was still the multiple other toy lines they run concurrently, all parallel with each other. So they go to the store, okay, these Transformers suck, but hey, these look pretty good, and one of those will wind up getting bought instead. So I think it was a higher problem of marketing than just the toys themselves. And mind you, I agree completely. The Transformers 1 toys are pretty downright sad. I've seen some of the knockoff and bootleg upgraded versions where those are legitimately better than the ones Hasbro cranked out. But I think it was just lack of anybody realizing that the film was even out. Did you all see that at Ross, the Matrix of Leadership replica from the film has been popping up? I got one for $7. I didn't even know I'm a massive fan.
Are you talking about the cartoon film or the Transformers 1 film?
Transformers 1.
Oh, no.
They made a Matrix of Leadership replica for the movie. I didn't even know that existed until people started finding it at Ross, and I'm a massive fan. So how did I miss that? I don't know, but it's something Hasbro cranked out, and it only cost me $7 when it should be like 40 or whatever was the retail price.
Shit, I'm gonna go look for one.
Yeah, I think the Transformers has problems because they don't know what they want to do with the film, and they don't know, or excuse me, not with the film. Excuse me, they don't know what they want to do with the franchise, and they don't know what their fans want. In my opinion, right? It just like so. For instance, and I'm sure that Ice-Spark can tell us all about these.
They should watch Terminator 1. That'll help them out.
These were the last like new Transformers toys I ever got excited about. When they did the War for Cybertron game originally, these figures, and I hunted and hunted and hunted to find these figures, and I bought all 4 of them that they released because I love the game. I love the figure designs. I thought they were great.
Great game.
I thought they were fantastic. But then they started re-releasing these in the Studio series. Slightly bigger, more detailed. I could never find them. And it's like, as a fan, I wanted those, and I could never find them.
Hey, Psycho, you haven't seen the Target re-releases of Prime and Megatron?
No, I have not.
Okay, keep an eye at Target. They still have them. They already put them on clearance once a while back for 20% off.
Okay.
They still have them. They're still self-forming because Target's asking so much. They're going to get clearanced out at some point soon for 30%. There's no way it's going to not happen. They're going to have to make room. So keep an eye out. They're the same toys, but now they've got extra purple glow Energon detailing to them.
Okay.
Oh.
But
That's what I'm waiting for.
For me, it's kind of like you had good toy designs. Like, these designs were cool, and when you built them, they were awesome. But most of their toys recently are just kind of meh. And it's the same thing again. And I know we're going to start talking about Beast Wars, but when you look at some of the Beast Wars toys, they're not as good as they should have been. They cut corners. They made changes. They're still good figures, but they're not everything that they should have been. And that's what my concern is. It's Hasbro doesn't know what they want, like what the fans want, and then what should be done with the franchise. Yeah.
I blame most of it on Chris Cox because he clearly doesn't know what he's doing. Combine that with the fact that they fired John Warden, who architected everything from Combiner Wars to what brought us to where we were. He got the budget raised higher and such. They got rid of him. They have now brought back Eric Seibenaller, who was one of the heads of Transformers Animated, which is an amazing toy line. And per my understanding, currently, they've rehired him, and he is not on the Transformers team.
That is out of this world.
But then they do things that I do appreciate. Like a couple weeks ago, when I told Tony they put up a 30th anniversary bundle of the Predacons from the recent Predacon releases.
Yep.
I'm very tempted to double dip. I'm not going to, but I love the design of the box. No, because I have all the figures open.
Hey, I just got laid off and I've got 2 on order. You have no excuse.
Yeah. No, listen.
Holy shit, that was great. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm broke, but I ordered 2 of them.
Yeah.
What kind of fan are you?
I mean, the kind with a wife who will be
Holy
mad.
shit,
if I buy
that's great.
something I don't need.
Don't forget the Maximals are coming up.
You
Yeah,
don't
but
want
I
to
already
shit
have
I
all
just
those
bought.
too.
I just got laid off and I've got 2 on order. What's your excuse?
Oh man.
Today was my last day. I no longer have an income tomorrow morning.
Because I've got $30,000 in credit card debt.
From where?
His entire room.
No. I'm talking about. You said you got laid off from where?
Oh, I used to work as of today was my last day with the Walt Disney Company.
Okay.
That's crazy. How come? You don't have to tell, but
They shut down the location.
Yeah.
I
For
told
Walt
you guys
Disney?
about that. He was at the Disney store down in at Sawgrass.
how do you shut down a Disney store?
because they raised the rent.
Yeah, so they closed the
Oh.
entire store. Yeah.
They only make billions of dollars a year. I mean, yeah, they probably couldn't afford to stay there.
I mean, my understanding
I'm
was
sorry
Well,
to hear.
they
They
were-
lost a good employee.
They weren't the only store that closed. There was a lot of stores that have all left at once.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
From what I've heard, what they want to do with Sawgrass Mall is they want to get enough stores out so they can consolidate stores into other parts of the mall, and they're going to continue to build high rises attached to it to make it like a communal living space. So they're doing this intentionally.
They did that by us too.
Yeah.
They actually
I
they
think
took an
did
old
that
mall
at
that
one
was
in
all like-
Broward too. The fashion mall.
It's the Fasten Mall closed because it's the exact same thing. They raised the rent so high all the companies left and then nobody wanted to move in because the rent was nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, then they built like the apartments or whatever on top of it.
I feel like it's the rise of those 15-minute cities that were touted so much among all the crazies in life.
Well, it's like the shitty pot of town in South Park.
Yeah,
All stuff, bro?
and again,
It's sort
like
of sofa.
with Sawgrass, like I said, my understanding is it is intentional by the people who own it because they want to do that, but they have to be able to say, "Oh, well, the stores won't renew their leases; they're leaving. We have to do this." They can't just say, "Okay, get out." So they're doing it in a roundabout way instead.
So, I would like to bring up. Are we cool to move on a little bit?
Yeah.
All right. So, I'm trying to find the image now so I can share it with you guys, but I want to bring up, and it goes with blockies. It goes. We don't need more people. No more people are home. So I don't know what it's. So YOLO Park, blockies, kind of same deal, right? YOLO Park's making a better in the metal aspects. If you pay for the better metal versions, YOLO Park's doing a fantastic job, and I mean a fantastic job. Johnny actually has the Optimus, he has Megatron, he has Starscream, and they're these essentially, I hate to say it like this, but they're metal blockies, right? So you put them together, they're metal versions of the characters, they're very cartoon accurate, and they look awesome. They have LED lights, they're just a very well-made, articulated, they're a statue, call it what it is, a statue. And so YOLO Park has made movies for the Bumblebee movie, or toys for the Bumblebee movie. And one of the things they made that I had to order because I'm like, this thing looks amazing. Now I'm buying for resale, right? Not for me. But I'm going to share with you guys this piece, and it's fucking rad. But it brings me to the topic of, is it no longer a transformer because it does not transform? So you've got Soundwave, and you've got what do you call it?
Ravage.
Ravage. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Why was I going to, in my head, I'm like Jaguar. I'm like, no, you idiot. He is a like, yeah, Ravage. So,
it's still a transformer.
I
mean, look how fucking good he looks.
For me, it's a Transformers character, but it's not a transformer because it doesn't transform. And mind you, I don't mind that depending on the product and what it's trying to accomplish. But I would count it as part of my collection. If I would own it, I would not count it as a transformer in my collection.
So here's my argument with that. Transformers is the collective. They're part of a universe of the Transformers.
It's
Soundwave. Hold on. There's adults talking. Soundwave is the character who's a subsidiary, whatever you want to call him, of the Transformers universe. So whether or not this toy transforms or not is irrelevant because it's Soundwave, and Soundwave is a transformer, even though this toy may not articulate that.
Right. So
I'm going to show you something. I'll be right back.
So the argument here is that Transformers is the species of alien. That's what's what they're Transformers. That's their species basically, and the toy, it's still that alien. It's just they don't actually transform with the gimmick, but they're still the toy of the species of Transformer. No.
What?
Thanks for following along, Tony. Jesus Christ.
Doesn't transform.
Nope. It's
but
a die-cast
it is a transformer.
Vehicle. It is, and it is a character, but he does not transform. So I don't count him amongst the total Transformers I have. He is part of the collection.
Is it though?
If I were to say I have 400 Transformers, just as an example, I would not count him as number 401 amongst the Transformers. He would be part of the collection, though, definitively.
But I wouldn't even count that as a Transformer at all, even as the umbrella that Tony doesn't want to talk about when I was trying to explain. Because it's just a fucking truck, right? When they're in robot mode, it's a transformer at least. Like it's a goddamn robot. That's just the fucking front end of a semi. It's got fucking
That's my point.
Ghostbusters on the side of it. Like, it's more Ghostbuster than it is Transformer at that point.
What?
Well, the paint job is from the Comic-Con toy.
Yeah, but I'm saying, it's a Ghostbuster item, right? It's got a Ghostbuster logo. It's white, like it's the Ghostbuster aesthetic to it. But when you look at it, if you grab that and you took it out to somebody who knows nothing about Transformers, what are
You
they
get
going
put
to
in
say?
jail for pulling it out.
They're going to be like,
They're going to say, why is Optimus Prime in a strange paint job?
no, they're not, Zach. If they don't know what the hell a Transformer is, why would they say anything about Optimus Prime? No.
Because
They'd be
it's
like,
clearly Optimus Prime.
I have to side
Sure
with
it
Zach
is.
on that.
Oh, yeah. Really, Tony? You take somebody who doesn't know what a Transformer is, doesn't know what a Optimus Prime is, somebody who's been under a rock and doesn't know this shit, they see a truck. They don't see it's a goddamn truck.
Well, if you pick it up and look at the bottom, it's got Optimus's robot engraved on it.
Great. Now you're looking up Transformer skirts. That's professional. No. The point is that thing, to somebody who doesn't know Transformers, is going to see it. It's going to be more of a Ghostbusters item than it is a Transformer.
I get what you're. No, I get where Wheezy's coming from. I do. I don't want to acknowledge it, but I get it. So
Great. Thank you.
So I get it. I get where you're coming from. I guess my brain is like, well, it's mush. But I guess like I see the semi and the packaging says Transformers. So even if you don't know who Optimus Prime is, I'm sorry, we're in this age where there is not one person on the planet, unless they're 75 years old. Well, my mother's 70. She knows what it is. Unless they're 90 plus, who doesn't know what a Transformer is.
But
So
that's
if you go,
also
"Hey,
why
do you
I
know
specifically said if you take it out of the package, right? So there's no.
I apologize, I didn't hear the package part.
Yeah, that's what I say. If you take it out, you're like, oh, you get arrested. So you did hear it, you ass.
That's true. That was my joke. You're right.
I was going to say, I'll make an exception for Action Masters, is that at least they came with the transforming components, and there are a few that can transform. But that'd be about it. And then that's not to say I haven't bought non-transforming things. I mean, I got him for like $12. So there's the model kits too, blockies, flame toys, and so on.
I Spark, out of curiosity, the things that the figures that you have loose on display, how many of them would you say, just a percent wise, no exact, is displayed in robot mode versus vehicle mode?
I'd say probably at least 75% would be robot, maybe 25% vehicle, because I started running out of room. So by putting them in flat vehicle forms, I was able to fit more cells into the selving units, and I could squeeze more in.
So then, if you had all the space, would they just mainly be robot mode then? If you had the space?
If I had unlimited space, I would have 3 of everything: one for robot, one for vehicle, and one for mint in the box.
Yes.
Give him a thumbs up because he's right.
I knew he would say it.
I like the
he says it because he knows exactly what I'm about to say. Because people are gonna, your average person who they want them in robot mode. They don't care about the vehicle mode for the most part. Like you might have a cool looking vehicle, but like perfect example. Do you want a badass looking Bumblebee or do you want a fucking Camaro? Like I'd rather have a Bumblebee than a Camaro.
Well, and now I'm going to do my normal irritate Chris method with I've also got a bunch of the alternators, and those I purposely keep in vehicle mode because it is so much fun to hand one to someone just like this, because an alternator or a Binaltech from Japan are completely indistinguishable in their vehicle mode from being a regular die-cast vehicle toy. So you hand that to someone, they look it over, they open up the doors, they open up the trunk or the engine, and they see the detailed interior, and then you tell them, by the way, that can transform, and people lose their minds. It's awesome.
But see, that's a different thing. That is an exception to the rule. But like this damn thing, why would I want a Chevy Sonic on my shelf? No, I'd rather have a goddamn robot. It looks better. Just cool.
Well, if you're poor, it's a nice car.
It's a racist robot, Zach. You don't like him. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I will say this. Some of those YOLO Park Beast Wars figures look great. I would never buy one. Because even though I have all my Beast Wars figures there, in robot mode, I like the fact that I could just grab one if I wanted to, change it to beast mode, and set it there. I don't do that with those figures, but with the original Beast Wars figures, I do often change them from beast to robot, robot to beast, just because.
I'd like some of the YOLO Park ones because I feel like they'd be a bit more safe to play with versus the Masterpiece ones I have, where I don't really want to take a chance all the time.
Yeah, I love those Beast Wars Masterpiece figures.
They're so expensive.
Too rich for my blood, but I love them.
The knockoff Masterpiece Beast Wars are expensive.
I don't really understand why either. It seems like the demand for them is so high. Even the bootlegged ones go for crazy amounts. I'd love to get the Megatron one because I understand that there is a version of Beast Wars Megatron as a bootleg floating around that actually has David Kaye's voice put into it versus just the Japanese voice actor.
I sold it at a show 2 years ago in Lakeland, and it actually comes with his little rubber ducky.
That's awesome.
And the toothbrush. And it is by far probably one of the, and it was only $150, one of the nicest pieces I've ever had shipped to me. The only thing I was upset about was the company that sent it to me. It's and I ordered from 2 different third-party transformer companies. When it came to me, they don't ship it in the box. They shipped it in cardboard, and his plastic insert was just put into the cardboard box. But it's a phenomenal toy. His joints were tight. He was a good-looking toy. I sold him. I'm not going to talk about the person who bought him because they created a Chris knows all about it. They created a big fit over it. But the toy itself was phenomenal. And I have sold a lot of knockoff Masterpiece with zero complaints from people because they're coming out of the same factory, whether people want to believe it or not. And the toys are relatively the same.
As long as you list it as a bootleg and somebody knows that's what they're buying.
And that's how I sell them. I let everybody know what they're buying. And if you bought, I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, really? Only $80 for a Prowl, right? I'll be like, if you bought a real Masterpiece Prowl, that would be $180 for one fucking Transformer. You can buy this one for $60 and get the same damn toy.
I don't mind when they make bootlegs like this one where it's something Hasbro themselves they're not going to make.
Yeah, Shatterglass.
No, look closer.
Oh, the Evangelion Unit 1. Yeah.
Yep. This guy has also been upgraded. He's got die-cast metal as well.
We got a shout out real quick. Guys, if you're not going in Lauderdale, I guess the area. There's a comic and toy show. Go check it out if you're down South Florida. We are not, but
when is that going to be? I might be able to go there.
The date.
He just said the date was. It's June something. I'll be there though.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
if there's still vendor space, I've got a ton of stuff still to sell off.
They do have vendor space, man. You should reach out.
Yeah. Icebark, I'll put you in contact. That's a good buddy of mine, Anthony.
Anthony, you gotta put some information in there, man. You're not giving us all the deets.
Yeah.
Anthony, isn't it?
Yeah. If it's at the end of the month, if it's at the end of June, I might be able to make it.
I need a HasLab Unicron. Hook me up.
You're welcome to come by and visit, and I'll show you the one I've got.
You have a HasLab Unicron?
I have Unicron.
Oh, we're gonna snuggle for that. That was too much? I can never tell.
No, never. It's never too much, Tony. It's always just right.
You can PM me, Zach, if you want to, man. I'm down for a HasLab Unicron. I've been dying for one. And,
I'm not selling them. I said you're welcome to look at him.
So
he just wants to rent it to you for like an hour.
Shit. I got to see one. Finally, got to see one at a show open, and I never got to see it in person. And I gotta tell you, dude, I was absolutely thoroughly impressed by how big, how well articulated, how well done that piece was. I tip my hat to Hasbro. I get it why people want it. They killed it. They absolutely killed it. That toy fucking smashes any Transformers toy that I have seen out. And I've seen a lot of Transformers toys. So
I keep mine in planet mode due to the sheer size. As a robot, he's not going to fit in the only place in my room that I've got for him to go. It's absolutely massive. I don't think they're ever going to make another product again like it, and I'm glad I backed it because it was not easy to do, and I wish that I could have picked up a few of them back when they were doing them.
Oh, God. I'd love to have one in robot mode and one in planet mode, hands down. The planet mode, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know, I don't own it, but if I'm not mistaken, all in, isn't he like 36 plus inches across?
Yeah, he is
in
absolutely
planet
massive.
mode? Yeah. Meanwhile, I've
Even
got that giant. Think
the
about it like
wing.
this. This is how fucked up this is. HasLab Unicron averages about $2,500 if you want to buy them from somebody. $2,500 average. I've got the 4.5 foot or whatever it is, 5 foot Metroplex that only is pulling about $1,500 to $2,000. So that HasLab Uni is more money than my Metroplex. Now, my Fans Toys Fort Max. I don't know if you saw that one, Sparks. Have you seen it?
No.
So Fan Toys is doing a 5 foot Fortress Maximus. And you got to look it up. Google it.
Is that the one called something like Builder or something to that effect?
Well, the head is called Cerebrus. They're actually calling it Cerebrus Maximus or some shit. And then the body, it's Fan Toys, so they don't take their own artistic freedoms. They look more like what you expect from the cartoon. And so he's going to be, like I said, like 4.5 or 5 feet tall. The box for the head is like this big. It's like a shoebox. I can't wait. He looks amazing. Somebody said they're doing Trypticon, but I doubt that.
Oh, there was that Planet X Trypticon based on the video game. I always wanted that thing because Hasbro never made one. That's what I love is when third parties go and make stuff like the Eva Prime I just had here that Hasbro just isn't going to bother doing.
So what I wanted to bring up, we're like talking about things, and some of the notes I had was I want to talk about third party. And so I buy a lot of third party Transformers. I buy them to sell, but I also enjoy, how well the quality is. They're really good. A lot of them are like nicer and more articulate and what have you than Hasbro, right? And I think we kind of dabbled on this before. I bought and sold, the MP Bruticus. Have you seen that? Yeah. So the MP Bruticus is like 24 inches tall, and it's basically Magic Square Bruticus, but it's Masterpiece size. And so I bought it with the upgrade kit, took it to the show. I took it to Toylanta. What's up, Weez?
No, just looking at stuff.
Oh, took it to Toylanta and sold it in 23 minutes on Friday night for $1,500. It sold. It was gone. Guy did not balk at it. He goes, I can't find this anywhere. And if you go on the websites, like 3 out of 5 pieces are sold out. So you can eBay it, but now you're paying eBay prices, right? So sold the whole set, $1,500 with the upgrade kit. Guy was happy as shit. I was happy to see him get it. Done. Made my money. So I've been buying third party more and more. And so I came across a company called Bingo Toys.
The one's making that Wingblade figure.
Yes. I actually just ordered that. It's coming in. No, you're right. It's coming in. I ordered it. And then I also ordered, I already sold it, but I ordered the Jazz they had. Their Bingo Toys Jazz. That sold immediately at Toylanta. I also bought, I have 2 of everything coming for the Computron they're doing. The Technobots. Strife, I think it is, already came in. I got 2 of him.
That's Strafe.
Strafe. I apologize. Sorry, sir. So here's what I like about Bingo Toys versus other companies that I've seen. Attaboy, you're learning. You fix your glasses. So Bingo Toys is doing something I have not seen any other toy companies doing. Other toy companies print in plastic, right? Print in colors. Bingo Toys is painting everything. So yes, you have the ability for chipping, I guess, right? With transformations and so on and so forth. But they're making just fucking beautiful looking toys. They're painting, they're clearing, they're like solidifying or powder. I don't know what they're doing. Powder coating, I don't know. But they look so damn good. They're so detailed. They're so well painted. And in my brain, I'm like, man, I know I'm ordering one to show, one to go. And in my brain, I'm like, man, I fucking want one to keep like as individual robots and one as Computron. I almost need a third for their alt modes because they just look so damn good. And I'm not like that. I'm not an opener. But in my brain now, I'm like, fuck, man, I got to open one of these. he's coming out so nice, and I really hope Bingo Toys. I'm glad they did Computron first. I know I'm all over the place, so I'm glad they did Computron first. I hope they gravitate towards another combiner that is not a mainstream. Like, I hope they grab like God Neptune, right? I hope they grab like the Seacons or something. Give me somebody who somebody hasn't made 10,000 times over. I don't want Menasor. I don't want another
Landcross.
Yeah, I don't want that shit. Give me something that hasn't been made. Like Seacons are very obscure. I bought Unique Toys Abominus Orden. You know that one?
I've seen a third-party Abominus. Like I said, I barely pay attention to the third-party stuff because it hurts too much. I can't afford it all, and I definitely can't afford it now.
Well, this set's not expensive. So it comes out to, with all things in it, I had to drop my price because it came down. It's like $440, but it's Unique Toys Abominus, basically, right? They call it King Orden. But it's Abominus, and it's fantastic. And then I was on TF Safari because I was ordering, I got a notification for another Computron piece, and I was like, it was the car Lightspeed, and I was like, oh, it's Lightspeed. It looks exactly like Lightspeed. I'm like, oh, it's really fucking cool. I click on it. Magic Square is finally making Computron, not in the MP scale because I would have bought it, but it's in the smaller scale, which means eventually we will get an MP scale Computron. But in the meantime, they're making the small one. Well, they've dropped their price point drastically. So like now the single pieces are like $30 a piece, which is actually very reasonable. So you can buy,
when you look at the price of the two official Computrons.
Correct. And just like they did it with Menasor. So like, you know how when they do a Menasor pack, they have like, I don't know, Wild Rider and what the hell is his name? Not Downshift. What's the white one?
Dead End.
Dead End.
Breakdown.
Wait.
Breakdown's the white one.
Breakdown. I'm sorry. Breakdown and Wild Rider. They put them in a 2-pack. It's $39.99. It's $39. That ain't shit for 2 bots for Magic Square that complete Menasor, right? So you buy the 4 bots, and then you buy, obviously you buy Motomaster, but they're doing the same thing for Computron. So I got a Computron early. I ordered Lightspeed. I ordered 1. I'm not going to get 2. I'm not going to keep it, but I ordered Lightspeed, and then I pre-ordered all of the rest of them because all in, this bot's only going to be maybe $200 something at the most. So just very excited for what's been coming out and what seems to be continuing to come out. And then if you guys don't shop already, and those out there in TV land, if you don't go to TF Source or TF Safari and go to the big sales, you're missing out on Dr. Wu. Puts all kinds of sales in there. You guys know who Dr. Wu is? They make pocket toys. They call it. You ever see these stupid videos that are going on lately on Facebook?
Different type of toy podcast. Pocket toys.
So lately,
with batteries, like
if you go to Facebook, their Transformer groups, they do this thing called normalizing, pocket Transformers, right, or bringing your Transformers places. And Dr. Wu specializes in what he calls pocket toys. So like they make all the Transformers, but they make them very small.
They're Ledson scale. That was the name of that size class, Ledsons.
They're almost smaller sometimes, but
the point is,
yeah, it's supposed to be like, hey, you can bring this with you somewhere. Which I don't know why, but evidently that's like a big thing. So they like keep like doing all these things. Those seem to be 90% of what ends up being on sale on the website. And so, $30 for a pocket toy is a lot of money, but I'll pay $19 for it, and they're doing a lot of those on the website. So if you haven't been TF Source, TF Safari, they're doing some really rad shit with third parties and making the prices good. I actually bought oversized, Siege? I think it's Siege Jetfire. Oversized Siege Jetfire. So it's regular Siege Jetfire from Hasbro. It's only $105. I bought oversized Siege and oversized Shattered Glass Siege
So I don't obviously shop at TF Safari. But is it safe to say that if it's on discount like that all the time, that chances are it's not a hot selling item that people don't want? That's why it's on sale.
No, they're very random. They don't do
Okay.
by volume. They just like flip a coin and whatever's
It
like.
might be like the model kit companies do. A lot of them have the special of the day, so their algorithm just randomly grabs a few things, puts it on discount, and then the next day it rolls over to be a completely new selection. There's a couple of stores that I follow, and
Correct.
every once in a while it'll be a lottery win for me, and I'll get, wow, that's something I wouldn't mind owning, and 70% off. Okay, I'll order it. It was the special of the day, and that's how they keep people engaged to keep going back to the website.
He's 100% right. That's exactly what happens.
Okay.
So like I got the Masterpiece Jetfire. I own the original Takara Hasbro one, right? Like I own the nice Masterpiece box Jetfire. Well, they did a fourth party company that re-released it or released it or what have you. And again, it was only $104. Well, that's less than half of what the OG branded one comes. I get it. It comes with all the supporting characters, right? So it comes with the Little Jazz, what was it, Wheeljack, Optimus, and Bumblebee, I think. It comes with all of them. It comes with his platform. It comes with the stand, right? All that stuff to put him on. So you're not missing anything. You're getting everything that came in that MP box that came from Hasbro, but you're getting it for almost nothing. And I had the person who bought it from me. His name's Greg. Greg, if you're listening, man, we love you. Met the kid in RetroCon in Carolina. Saw him again in Atlanta. So now that kid's my shopper for life. I love that kid, and I hope he keeps coming back whenever I see him. But he's a Transformer guru, and I wish he would like make contact and come on board. But he bought it, and he gives me reviews on what I sold him. And he goes, "It's awesome. The articulation was great." He goes, "I didn't have to spend all the money." He goes, "It came with the characters." He goes, "He transformed also." He goes, "Look, I did." He sends me pictures. He goes, "Look, I did it last night." I'm like, "Oh, cool." Pangu Toys. I sold him Pangu Toys Optimus Prime, which is like about 2 feet tall. And it's, to me, it's not that great of a toy. It's just my opinion. But he transforms, but he just transforms into the truck. And it's kind of oversized. It's almost the size of the, what is that company that makes the fucking self-transforming? Is it Robuson or something? Robosun. So it's that kind of scale. It's that big. And so he buys that from me. There's no trailer for it. And before he bought it, it's the second time because he looked at it at RetroCon in South Carolina, and then he saw it again in Atlanta, and he goes, "Oh, you still have that Optimus?" And I said, "Yeah." And I dropped the price. And he goes, "I'd really like to buy it, but I'm worried because they had," this is how much he knows. He goes, "They had quality control issues with the shoulder servos and ratcheting for the toy." And I go, "Oh." And he goes, "Some of them were broken in the box." And I said, "Oh, I didn't know that." And he goes, "I'd really like to get it, but I'm worried if it's broken." And I told him, I said straight up, I said, "You know, dude, it's you. You bought a lot from me," which he had. He'd spent a lot of money with me. And I'm like, "Let's open it." I said, "Do you want it if it's okay?" He goes, "Yeah, I'll take it." I said, "Okay, cool. Let's open it." So I opened it because I'm not going to sell. If it's broken, I would have felt bad if he took it home and found out it's broken. So I opened it up. He looks at it and he goes, blah, 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 like runs all the ratchets, plays with it, whatever. He goes, "Oh, it's awesome." I'm like, "Cool. Do you want it?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I wanted it to begin with." He goes, "I was just worried it was going to be broken." So he bought it, gave me the cash. He was done and moved on.
I just picture you at this show now, cutting that thing open and sweating profusely, like
Tony's
like
got
this is sacrilegious.
the knife saw.
I get weird because like people are like, "Can I open it?" I'm like, "Did you buy it?" Like I can't do. Listen, I don't know what it is. I can't speak to it. It's weird the things I will open.
Bro, we get it. You just like packages. We know.
No, but I don't get the stuff that I will open though. Like here's the thing. I can open blockies all day long and build them and I don't have a problem with it.
Well, because they're cheap pieces of shit.
Yes, but I also think it's because they're blind
The
box. I
big
don't
ones are actually pretty good quality. I helped a friend build his Terran and Nickel set, and I was pretty impressed with the kit. That's one of the little ones.
Well, it's Guardian or the deluxe version, but yeah, he's so cool. But I do have Ice Spiker. I do have. I've got a couple of the purple Megatrons with the throne.
That's awesome.
But you're still in South Florida, man. That's what sucks.
Yeah.
I'd send it
Nothing's
to
tying
you.
me down though. Not at this point.
Yeah,
Aside from
I mean,
other things.
it would cost a fortune to. I feel like to send it to you. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what shipping costs anymore, but
It's going up a little bit.
So yeah, so third party, man, I got to give them credit. There's some really cool shit coming out. So blockies, we did start carrying more blockies. I have Tarn, but I have the.
I want to
comic
get him. I want to get the Megatron. That they've got a. I like. There's rumors too that apparently. I don't know if this one's true. This is one I just heard floating around. Apparently, they're going to be doing a big size Ultra Magnus in the same kind of scale.
Holy
Don't know if
shit,
there's
man.
any validity to that one whatsoever, though. I didn't find that from a solid source like most of the normal rumors come.
So we haven't seen anything on the distributor end, right? Because we get to see all the stuff that's coming out. We haven't seen anything yet. But give me 1 second, I'll grab the Tarn for you.
Well, I've seen Terran. I helped build one. It was awesome.
All right.
So he's like, here, I'm gonna go grab the thing and show you that you already know about and build. Just gonna show you though. Oh, Transformers, exciting. So, you think I could drill a hole in my head?
I think you should not try.
I mean, I would have been successful if you let me try.
I mean, I think you should not try.
I mean, better than Transformers. It's the little zap. Huh.
I want more crossovers. I've enjoyed
Like
the
what?
crossover line. I just found out apparently we're not getting that Batmobile transformer that we were supposed to. So
That sucks.
yeah,
Any
So-
reason why?
it's just I don't know. I'm hearing some backchatter that it's supposedly canceled. It could. Some of the rumors that I hear, because I try to pay attention to all of them, they're not as valid as some of the others. Like the leaked listings, those are always the best ones. But we did have a leaked listing for a Batman one, along with a bunch of other stuff, and it looks like that one might have vanished into the ether, much like the Z.I. Joe Optimus that we were supposed to get, where he turns into the Mobat and comes with Hawk. And
Which Batmobile was it going to be?
I don't know. It was just a listing for a Batmobile Transformer, or rather a Batman Transformer, and everyone is assuming that it's the Batmobile, because what else would you make?
Because now, just if they were to do something like that, it kind of make me want to see how they would do like Wonder Woman's Invisible Jet as a Transformer.
I don't
Probably
think
all
they go that
clear.
far.
Huh?
Probably
don't
all
think they-
translucent plastic.
Yeah, I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think
but
they go
like
that
how
far.
translucent? Like we going like real translucent or like
Well, they've
Bluish
done Mirage in
tinted
his invisible state, and they did him a couple of times in that. One is all clear with some like smoky effects for the outlines. Another version was entirely translucent blue for a bit more of a hologram feel. I suppose it would just depend on. I would think that it would be kind of like the older cartoons where they just have the outline of the jet so you can see it flying. I imagine it would be all just translucent. Maybe some sky effects along the wings to make it more look like it's flying, and just based on how
that'd be
they've done
pretty
other
cool.
stuff.
If they had that, I'd probably buy one and put it with my Predators that are all translucent.
Didn't Mirage do an image of
Turtles? Yes.
some crazy, weird-looking Transformer to fight Devastator, but it never actually hit him?
That was Hound.
Hound, yes.
Hound was the hologram guy, and yes, the big one that he makes the hologram of actually does have a name. The character is named Big Red.
Oh,
Careful, don't say that name too much. He'll appear.
so now I'm going to distribute it
he's
for
got the
Blockies.
wheels. I want the Swerve because he comes with a Hasbro or approved My First Blaster.
Have you seen
really
the
want
Shattered
that for the
Glass looking one of
classic
this?
one.
The Nemesis Prime?
What about it?
Have you seen the Nemesis Prime one?
Not in person. I haven't seen any of them in person.
Oh, so it looks really cool, but doesn't come with a trailer, which doesn't make any sense to me.
They always leave out the trailers if it's not Optimus.
Yeah, this one's got the trailer, but very cool. And then this is fucking cool. So this is Penny Parker.
Oh, the Marvel stuff. I helped a friend of mine picked up a big stack of the Marvel ones and invited me over to spend a day building. We built a Deadpool. It was a lot of fun. Nice figure when it was done. He's a friend of mine. He's got a little daughter, and I'm the godfather. And we
cool,
had
man.
her help assemble the kit too. So he got to learn how to use snippers and snip out all the pieces while he put them together and such. And I called out the numbers. It was a lot of fun.
Psycho, tell me that's not rad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of that design of Spider-Man, but yes.
Well, it's Penny Parker, so it's not Spider-Man, but all right.
I mean, but it's
Well, with inflation, it's
styled
no
after
Nick
the
Parker.
original Iron Spider,
Uh-huh.
and it's hard to see with the glare on it. So that's you know,
you can always go somewhere else.
what I'm seeing now is the reflection of your computer screen. So
And what's that one interesting tab with all the X's on it?
Do you really see
yeah,
a glare right now?
I see a reflection of your computer screen.
Do you really? Because right now I see the whole picture in the image.
Well, now I see it because you tilted it, but before that, you could see all it was in the center was your computer screen.
All right, how about now?
Now
That was the one I helped build. It was a lot of fun. Blockies did a fantastic job with it. And it's hilarious that Yolo Park is now copying them, making also Town with Nickel.
Whatever sells.
Yeah, I really want one of those. I honestly was more impressed with that one than I was with the Transforming Tron. Hasbro's kind of feels a bit.
And you didn't
on
see
the
this
small side.
this
Yeah,
glare
I
from you
saw
too?
Now I can see it better. It is very cool. Yeah, before it had your computer screen in it. Very cool.
I think it's badass, man. Again, we're distributing for for Blockies.
You have a full
pretty cool.
store yet, or you only selling online?
No, I'm only I'm taking them to shows. So I have all the cases, like I don't want to bring them because you guys don't care, but I have the cases of all the wheelies that have come out up to this point. So like all of the I can show you. They're all like all the cars. So like Springer,
Yeah,
you name it.
I
they
know
made it.
exactly which ones you're talking about. Like I said, I want Swerve because he comes with the My First Blaster, which is one of the funniest gags I've ever seen done in Transformers. That made me crack up laughing hard. I've got a ton of stuff to sell too, so if you know more so's, let me know.
Yeah, they're I mean, it's fucking awesome. Well, you should, if you got that much to sell, dude, get yourself together and do at least one of the Florida toy shows. Well, you're in South Florida, so Orlando would be closer for you.
It's about a 4.5 hour drive.
Is it?
He
Yeah.
can just do the Fort Lauderdale one. Why would he go all the way to Orlando?
Well, I want to go set up at TFCon, but right now I'm on a wait list.
So our buddy's setting up there. So Chris, you should get with him and get him hooked up with Jeff's Fort Lauderdale show. Just at least do that.
No, I've given Zach the information on Jeff's shows. Zach's gone to his shows.
Wait, you mean PlasticCon?
No, God no.
You
That
mean
was
the
the
show
only
that
one
I
I
came
got
up
to
with the
do.
name of? No.
But I've got plenty of time on my hands now, at least until I find another job.
But no, the next show though that would be coming up in that area would be the one that Anthony posted up a few minutes ago about the Universal Titan TKD in Lauderhill. They had a pretty big show out there from a different place, but they did the same venue probably about 2 months ago, and it was apparently a really big turnout. So he's trying to do the same thing. That'll probably be the next show down there because I don't think Florida Toy Shows is down there till after summer. I believe is when he does the Fort Lauderdale show. But what can you do?
Not a whole lot, actually.
I was trying to look that up, and it's mostly bringing up Taekwondo.
Well, yeah, Universal Titan TKD. Yeah, he's got a dojo.
Oh, so it might be that one then?
Yeah, so the ticket prices to get in, I believe, is $10, but all the proceeds go towards the actual school, the dojo for the kids, and to help grow the school and supplies and all that fun stuff for the kids. So, But it would be that one.
And I'll send me the info on it. I'd be
So-
very happy to attend.
Zach,
Yes.
she wins, but Rebel Girl made this for you. I don't know if you guys can see it.
It's
Nope.
just a white
Probably not.
screen.
White screen.
You know what? I'm gonna go. No, I'll make this work. Hold on. This is fucking
Oh, God.
hilarious.
Uh-oh.
How do I do this? All right, hang on. I got this. This is
sure?
great.
I don't think you do, Bob.
I got this. Hold on.
Hey, I can see you now.
You could see me before.
Well, you couldn't see him before?
No, his screen lit up. There was
Oh.
a flash of light.
Cheese,
Best
bitch.
story of my life. All right, hold on. I got this. This is hilarious. I'm sorry.
Tony's definitely a flasher. We all know this.
Catch me on the right day.
No,
Or
thank
the
you.
wrong day. Depends how you feel about male nudity.
Wow.
It's pretty goddamn impressive. Zach, I should text that to you because that is probably the best thing you've had all week, man. That's badass.
Oh,
It was very kind, and I appreciate it.
I knew
I
where
don't
it was
know if it's
going.
kind.
I was expecting
That's
that to have an
badass.
execution, though.
It is really impressive. I like it.
Thanks. That work out.
You have my number, right? You can send it to me.
I think I do. Hold on. If not, just shout it out on this public platform. It should be funny.
No, don't do that.
Oh shit, that's funny.
I'll get it from you if I don't. But
Who made it?
my girlfriend, so she goes by Rebel Girl on all the chats. Yeah, I don't think I have your number, so I'll connect with you though.
If only you
Who
knew
else
somebody
did
who
you
had
guys
his
know?
number.
Well, I did send it to you last time through the chat.
Well, then I should have it unless
Tony, I'll
it's-
get it to you. Don't worry. I got you.
Well, I might have it under Zach. I don't. Nope, I
got-
don't.
I got you, boo boo. Don't worry.
I'm just trying to think of how the hell I have him on. I bet it's under Transformers, maybe. I don't know. Keep going. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Let me find this.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So how about them Transformers?
I mean, I just need them to do some more Beast Wars stuff, like this re-release of 6 or 7 figures that they already released individually. The box is cool. The old style cards from the original toys being on the back is also cool.
I like Inferno gets both guns this time.
Yes, yeah, like there are some cool things. It's just, it's not, in my opinion, it's not. There's no justifiable reason to double dip.
All right.
Right,
So
It's the anniversary of the series. It's perfectly a good excuse to put the whole collection out in one giant box again.
No, but what I'm saying for me, like, there's no
Oh.
justifiable reason to double dip.
I've got one.
ordered-
I'm an addict, so
I ordered and then I canceled. And I canceled because I was like, I was worried that they were going to come in and be the same quality that, remember, if you guys remember that shortwave that they put out in Walmart and they were like inferior plastics and the stuff was crap.
Yes, but that's not the ones that are coming out, is what I'm telling you.
these seem to be
You said that,
re-releases
and
of the
that's what
premium
worried me, was
versions from
like, I'm going
Japan.
to spend the money and I'm going to get garbage.
No, but Tony, the ones that are being released are these. It's not the original Beast Wars figures. It's the ones that they did based on the show
Kingdom.
that was on Netflix.
That sucked.
Yeah.
Kingdom.
Yes, they're doing these figures all in one box set. They're the Predacons, but they're the redesigned from that show.
All right, I'll reorder it.
It's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. If it helps you make change your mind any, it's not going to be sold in stores. It's online through them only for the time being. And last
Oh,
I
yeah,
had checked,
consider
they
that
had
too, by the way,
940 in stock.
Yeah,
I
Like
can
I
see what the current amount is too.
I like them, but I already own all of them. So the idea of rebuying them doesn't make a lot of sense to me. They're not.
Oh, it's just because you're not a real fan.
Well, I
I
mean,
still could buy them.
they didn't change anything other than like Zach said, the giving Inferno the other gun. The paint is exactly the same.
The paint is the same as the Japanese versions, from what I can see, not the original American releases. These seem to be re-releases of the premium edition ones they did in 2-packs over there.
Did you guys see their Armada Jetfire thing?
Yes, I am concerned about how his robot mode looks, seen as I don't know if they've designed him incorrectly or if he's mistransformed pretty badly. What's on top of that is he's $100 and he's missing his landing gear. They didn't include Commodore, which is what forms it. They seem to be obsessed with leaving out the Minicon partners, despite including the 3 that make the space team.
Do you find it to be a bad purchase?
Poor guy's missing.
Well, I think that if anyone wants him, they kind of ought to buy him, because everyone who owns an Armada Prime and wants Jetfire is going to already be put hidden pre-order. And they are re-releasing Armada Prime, so with both of them coming out at the same time, possibly, I wouldn't hesitate on that one, despite the high price tag. But consider how small he is, and just how vastly disproportionate the price tag is to the figure. While I don't think I could say that it's a worthy purchase for the price tag itself, I think he's going to move pretty quick, just from the demand. A lot of people have been waiting for him.
Even though it's small, there's still hope for some of you guys out there.
All right, I ordered them again. We'll see.
Why?
They currently have in stock 4,042.
Ah, shit. I gotta get 2. That was a joke.
I'm sure it wasn't.
All right, fuck it. I just ordered 10 more.
At least that's what I'm finding. But if you think about it, 4,042 is a little bit less than what a BotCon run would be. So
can we talk about really quickly, because we're not running out of time. I do want to talk about I ordered it, the G2 Bruticus.
I thought you were going to say G2 Minosaur, the new box set with all of them.
Oh, wait. Yes, I'm sorry. Holy fucking shit.
I'm waiting for Pulse to put it up, and then I'll order it.
Right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Minosaur.
And apparently Hasbro's still making their own, too, so I'm hoping they do put the box set up, because the paint job's better on the Japanese one.
So what are we thinking is going to happen with that? I'm thinking people are going to do what they did. So I bought... All right, let me backtrack. When Minosaur first got released, the individuals, right? The very first set. Those were supposed to be the cartoon colors.
Yes.
When they did the box set, those are supposed to be closer to the toy release colors. I owned both because I love gift sets. I am a fucking sucker for gift sets. I think they look cool. I love the way they put them in. Like even as a kid, they were great. It was just something about that. To hear the word gift and then set, I don't know why, but it does it for me. So I ordered the gift set for the Minosaur. Bought it, sold it like immediately. It came in, it went out like as quickly as it came in. They haven't done that with Superion yet. And I wonder if that's because Superion itself as the individual wasn't as popular.
No, it's because Hasbro's not doing box sets here in the States, but overseas they are. They did do Superion in a box set for China.
The new one? The HasLab or Hasbro one?
Yeah.
Really?
China got a box set. They got a box set for that. They got a box set for Devastator, and the Devastator one actually came in a special limited edition Devastator hard shell suitcase, which I very much want and will never own.
You motherfucker. Why didn't you tell me? There should have been a newsletter.
I did. I mentioned it the first time you had me on.
Son of a crotch. All right, so the this new one, the G2, I think G2 is a very niche community, right? But I think it's going to sell like crazy, so I ordered it.
Where did you order yours from? Because I'm waiting for Pulse. I went
to Big Bad just because it was there. Well, Big Bad is my place.
It's going to sell out because Z2 Minosaur has a certain mystique, being a toy that was technically never really released. He wasn't made. So it's not just a Z2, it's correct. A Z2 prototype, which no one ever really owned outside of the one BotCon figure that got made of just breakdown.
So does anybody think it's going to be crazy on the resale market?
Depends how many they make. And remember, Hasbro is making theirs, as just a few days ago it did leak. Wild Rider, the Generation 2 version, is coming out next year. He is the last wave of Age of the Primes, which means Motormaster's got to be around the corner, because the designer Mark Maher did post on his Instagram saying, please just be patient, we haven't forgotten about them. Which actually makes me a little bit worried that they might not put it up on Pulse, but I'm really hoping they do.
How do you explain the black drag strip then?
Because they were doing them one a year, and then for whatever reason, they just kind of stopped. They made it 3 deep, and we never got the last 2.
But on
and
the
apparently
G2,
they're coming.
On the G2, he's not black, is he?
Yeah. Drag strip is black.
I can't remember off the top of my head, so.
Yeah, he's black. Wild Rider is going to be yellow.
Right, and then somebody's purple and somebody's like teal and...
Yeah, Breakdown is the teal one.
Right.
Breakdown was the only one who originally got the toy. That's why...
Do you think we're going to get a G2 Superion in the States? Like...
I'd like to think so, but there's a ton of easy stuff that Hasbro keeps not making, even though it's just a repaint. I mean, I'm still waiting for a Sunstorm. I'm still waiting for Cryotech. Next year, it did leak. We're getting Cybersock. I'm very excited for him. They're repainting Skybite. I'm hoping along with him, they'll make Hellwarp too. But there's a lot of stuff where they just leave money on the table, and even as easy as it seems it would be and there's demand, they just don't make it. Combiners, I think, are at the top of everyone's list. But they seem to be nervous about cranking out a box set, and I don't know why. To me, that's what HasLab is for. Just put it up as a HasLab. Or made to order, whatever you want to call it. People will sign up and put down the money, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing, like, so I guess, you know what, I agree with your point. Like, HasLab Transformers, let's just put it out what it's been. Like, other than Unicron, the other shit that's come out, people wanted, but the plastics have been inferior. There's been quality control issues. There's not a lot of quality control issues with a freaking combiner because it's individual bots. You're just recoloring in the mold. So in this mold, instead of doing purple, we're going to do black now. Instead of this mold being red, he's going to be yellow now. And so it's easier to make that, throw it on in a, you know, like you said, in a specialty box, right? A gift set. Put it on shelf, people are going to buy it.
Look how well Lyle Kaiser did. Lyle Kaiser sold very well. People were very happy with him. And he's a 7-man combiner team with 7 extra little animal buddies for each one of them. So that's a box of 14 figures, and people signed up even though the high price tag was there. So I think it would work for the repaints too. Those were all new molds. Repaints, it's the research from development's already done. It's just changing the paint job.
I agree.
And then we could finally get all the other repaints and other characters like Battle Gaia. Battle Gaia and Guard City both have never had a release since their original versions.
So they won't do it, but they should, because they'll make a fucking fortune, even if it's a different color. What if they did a shattered glass Unicron?
The design exists.
So, but I'm saying like Unicron's already there. So what if you had purple feet, black body? They produce this Unicron that would sell out just as quickly as a regular Unicron.
I think it would sell pretty well, but remember his price tag was $600. It's going to be a lot slower of a sale.
I don't think it will, because that's not shit when you think about how much Unicron.
But it is shattered glass, which a lot of people would be just, I'm sure, complaining that they would want a re-release of the normal one. You see what I mean?
They did that back last, what is it, 2 Christmases ago?
No, they didn't. What they did was this was the quality control pieces that we held in reserve in case we needed to do swap outs for damaged units. They sold those.
Thank you for pointing that out.
So I'm curious, Zach. You think we're gonna get any other?
He's bi-curious, Zach, by the way.
I'm sorry. What?
Do you think we're gonna get any more Beast Wars stuff besides this Predacon set and that Maximal set that's coming out?
Yeah, we already know we're getting Cybersock. He's on the list. There's more to come. There's also rumors too that there's going to be a Pack Rat as well from Rat Trap.
I don't know. I want I don't
You
know.
want, like me, an entire toy line released all at once on shelves flooding everywhere, which I think would be a dream.
Not
but-
all at once would be fine, but I feel like we haven't gotten any Beast Wars figures that haven't been released. Like, where the hell is Depth Charge? Where the hell is Rampage? Right? Like, where are these figures that the fans want that you could absolutely give us? Where are the Transmetals with the actual?
Well, I'm going to
Shiny
point
ones
out
are
it also
shit.
leaked we're getting a bunch of reissues, including the Comic-Con Throne of the Prime set. And that was the one from Power of the Primes with Optimus Primal. I don't think that they have ever re-released a Comic-Con figure before. This would be the first time it happens, but why would they be releasing him if there wasn't a demand for Beast Wars stuff?
Yeah. It's like I'd love for them to actually redo the original line, but not make it shitty. Give us better plastic than what they tried to do. That's why those figures didn't sell. It wasn't that people didn't want the figures. People wanted to be able to transform them, not for them to be crappy.
I don't know what it was like in your area, but in my area, I couldn't find them anywhere. Kingdom was a tough thing to find. The poor toy line got smacked with COVID.
No, I'm
Distribution was messed up
not
everywhere.
talking about Kingdom. I'm talking about when they re-released the OG Beast Wars figures.
Oh, you mean the anniversary re-releases? Well, they were also very overpriced too when they got re-released.
Yes, but the plastic was inferior.
Yes.
They broke very easily.
And they only did 6.
properly.
They only did 6 characters. So, and I'll have you know that the Transmutate goes for insane amounts of money. I wish I had bought them just for her.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm talking about Are you talking about the 10th anniversary ones?
Yeah, aren't those the ones you're speaking of?
No, I'm talking about the ones they re-released around COVID time when Kingdom came out and Beast Wars was announced.
Oh,
They re-released
those didn't sell
Optimus.
because the price tags were horrible. I mean,
Yes.
Walmart was asking like $30 for what was a $5 figure.
Was
Yes,
so
but
good, it's maddening.
also the plastic was inferior. They broke very easily.
Really? I never opened mine. I
They
bought
could-
them just to have more on the
Interior,
package.
Soundwave, interior.
They couldn't stand or pose because of how badly they were, how badly they were put together. So I didn't buy any of them. But you got from that line, they did Optimus, Megatron,
Optimus
Scorponok,
dresses Megatron.
Fedor, Rat Trap, Tiger.
No, you know what? Actually, I did open up Scorponok for my toy self because I found a couple of him pop up at Ross, and I bought some, and I did open him because he actually got an upgrade. He got the cartoon paint job, which was awesome. So I did open him, and he felt fine. I was really pleased to have a Scorponok that my original Scorponok, you know, the little clip that holds the bumblebee in place for the claw,
Yep.
that broke just all on its own from aid. So it's nice to have a Scorponok that actually has a scorpion claw again.
So, just out of curiosity here, Psycho, you keep saying that they suck and they're inferior plastic, right?
Yeah.
Is that just what you heard? Because you said you never got any. So,
Well, so Tony said that he's had a couple of them, and the plastic is like the Ninja Turtle one. Like he's been able to look at them, and the plastic is like the old Ninja
He's
Turtle
right.
plastic.
Yep.
But I saw the only one I ever handled was an Optimus Prime or an Optimus Primal, and he didn't feel like the plastic did feel a little wonky. It didn't feel solid like it used to.
Hasbro has swapped lately to using a new plastic formula, and it's weaker. It doesn't have the same density, and it is also incredibly susceptible to photo degradation, which is where
It's cheaper.
white plastic will turn yellow, other colors will slowly morph over time in weird spots to different colors.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad, and that's why Shattered Glass Starscream is also apparently getting released, because he's yellowed really badly as well, and you can feel on the older Transformers the plastic difference if you hold an old one next to a reissue side by side. I'm good enough at detecting plastic styles. When I was working at that toy store in Texas, I could guess what company rather accurately if it was Playmates or Mattel or Hasbro that had made a vintage piece, because each company uses their own formula to make the plastic, which gives a different tactile feel.
Yeah.
And when you hold and handle the same toy line long enough, I'm sure even you can do it with your Ninja Turtle stuff, because you've had from the original 80s ones all the way till now.
100%. I can totally do it.
Yes. And so, like I said, I didn't own any of those re-releases that came out around COVID time, but I was able to handle an Optimus Primal, and it did feel off. And then hearing Tony talk about how he'd encountered a couple of them and they were softer and they didn't stand, they didn't pose. And I did read online they broke a lot easier. If you were transforming and you were bending one the wrong way, it would break rather than, kind of stand up to it, and then you'd be able to like fix it.
Hasbro definitely did lower the quality on the plastic that they use. It's not just like they're hollowing pieces out and so forth anymore. They're trying to lower costs by mixing and tweaking different formulas. And the degradation for the coloring was so bad that I can't remember which of the designers mentioned it, but they did say that they were aware of just how bad it's gotten, and they were trying. In theory, they have fixed it. Whether that remains to be seen or not, I'm not sure, but I know for a full fact that they were trying to tweak the formula again to avoid that incident, that problem, because it is pretty bad. I've seen some horrific examples, and it's actually happened to some of my figures. And it's strange too, because it's definitely something with interacting with air. I've got I tried to always buy 2 of everything. I've got Drift from the older Universe line, and the degradation even stretches back that far. I mean, we know like always Jetfire yellows, but I didn't think a more modern figure like Drift would. And my open one is half Centered Seas yellow. Meanwhile, my mint in the box one is still pristine white, which is pretty weird. But
Zach, how old is that Drift figure?
Probably about 10, 12 years at this point.
Yeah, so I know a lot of
but
these
it's happened with more recent ones as well, like really rapidly. Shattered Glass Starscream came out, what would you say, maybe 4 years ago? And
If
people
that.
If
that, like 3.5.
Yeah.
So
and
is
like half the figures, it's gone completely yellow versus the pristine white that he was. And it's not just yellow. That people are joking, Chris, that Bumblebee actually gets made white in the factory, and by the time he gets here to America, it's the yellow ready for presentation on the shelf as Bumblebee.
That works. Well, no, what I'm curious about, because a lot of the NECA stuff, especially their invisible figures that they make out of translucent, within a couple of years, they usually start turning like a shade of yellow, right? And part of it, when I was doing research on how to kind of reverse it and everything, there are ways to reverse it, but it seems to kind of go all the way back to even like Psycho knows the NES systems, the gray NES systems turn yellow.
Yeah.
And it turns, what they say that all winds up being is from the chemicals they use for like a release agent in the molds. It just messes with the plastic, and you can use peroxide and UV lights that'll kind of get rid of the damage and go back to it. So I'm wondering if that's just kind of what it is more of that. It's just becoming more prominent.
The weird one that might prove your theory, and I'm not sure if it's applicable to every single instance, because in some of them I know it is the plastic itself, but Nacelle was an Amazon exclusive, and for some reason he was coming into people's, when they got him in and they opened him up, he was coming in covered in like a strange mold-like substance. Some people were convinced it was plasticized or release agent. Other people, though, apparently some fellow who was a chemist took it and said that, well, that's half correct. The substance is like half release agent, but he's like, there's something else mixed in there too, and he couldn't identify what it was. And Nacelle was, apparently, whatever it was, it did disturb them enough that Amazon actually stopped selling him. He got taken down. The only way to get him then from that point was through Pulse, who was still selling him regardless, but Amazon actually removed the listing, and it was pretty odd for them to do so. I can't think of another instance where they have.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just one of these things where I get it. Everybody's trying to look for a place to cut corners so that the figures are not as expensive, because as collectors and purchasers, we're like, oh, these things are too expensive. And then they're like, oh, well, we got to do something to make it cheaper. And so my issue is, if the savings was being passed on to us, that'd be one thing. But they're making the figures more cheaply, and they're leaving the prices high so that they make more money. And as a fan, as a collector, I'm not going to spend that money. Like, I would have bought that entire Beast Wars Classics line, because from that original line, I only have a handful of figures. I bought it because you told me to. That's not what I'm talking about, Tony. I'm not talking about that one. So I have this.
Sorry.
I have this Optimus and Megatron that came in the 10th anniversary 2-pack that Chris got me years ago. Back in 2006 when they did the 10th anniversary of the show, they had a couple of figures they released, right? So I have this Optimus and the Megatron that came with it. I have the third Cheetor, so the Transmetal 2 Cheetor. I have the Transmetal 2 Dinobot. I have the original Dinobot. I have I have Depth Charge. I have
not Depth Charge.
Optimal Optimus. And I have Optimus Primal Transmetal. And that's it for the original show run of figures. Those are the only ones I have. So I would have bought all the other figures, except I kept reading how bad the plastic was and how soft, and it made transforming them a pain in the ass, and they would break. It's like, I'm not spending premium money because, like you said, they were more expensive than they should have been. I'm not spending premium money on a figure that's inferior.
So what you're saying is that you're not a real fan.
Sure, that's what I'm saying.
What he's talking about, when those figures got re-released, Walmart decided to charge what used to be the $5 and $10 figures. They were asking $30 to $40 for, and for what used to be the $20 figures, they were asking between $50 to $60, depending on the character. Yeah. The price jump was so insanely high. The vast majority of the collecting fandom was like, we're not paying that much. It's just not going to happen. And then, of course, they all wound up going on clearance, and the fear was, well, by protest not buying them for the crazy prices, is Hasbro going to view that as, well, this stuff doesn't sell and we won't make it anymore. And that was the conundrum for the fandom.
And that's exactly what they did. And that's exactly what they're
I don't think so, because otherwise I don't think we'd be getting the big box set that we're getting right now, plus a Maximal one right around the corner too.
Yeah, but there's no investment in that, is what I'm saying.
This is so good it's happening.
They're repackaging the figures that they released in Japan with the changed colors, right? And they're releasing them here. We're not getting anything new. They didn't put anything into it, right? Like, I would say that it wasn't correct if we were getting a Depth Charge, if we were getting a Rampage, if we were getting something that hasn't already been released, but all they're giving us is new releases of the Kingdom sculpts. So
I see your point now.
They're not investing anything in it. They're like, okay, if these sell, great. If not, great. We already have them. We're just putting them in a new box. I don't know.
Well, they only also do so many Commander spots a year. And I would think and argue that Depth Charge and Rampage at least have to be Commander due to the sheer size of the characters.
Agreed.
So it's seen as that's the case. And I will remind you, too, that we did get Magmatron as a Commander. And I feel like if the reaction to Beast Wars stuff had truly been that poor, we would not have gotten Magmatron. So... Oh, I saw the comment about the original Transmetal Megatron head and arm, and that's because he suffers badly from gold plastic syndrome. All of the American Hasbro releases will snap and crumble. If you want one that does not, you're going to have to track down a Japanese release, which was immune to that. But Magmatron got an $80 figure, and he sold out at $80. He never went to clearance. So I think there is actually some faith. And also, one other point on top of that, Magmatron has no built-in repaint. He is a one and done. There is no one else to repaint or modify or even remold him into. So I think there is some faith. I think it's just going to be selective with the sheer amount of competition for slots for the characters to fulfill for the year. Meaning, unfortunately, we have to be very patient to get what we want.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate because... I
agree.
I mean... And kind of like to pull this back to where we were talking about it right from the very beginning, Transformers is in trouble, and it's like I want to say that Beast Wars could save it the way that I believe Beast Wars saved.
I feel like it could
franchise in 1996, but it's like Hasbro's got to make a genuine effort to do something, and again, what I think would be the best course of action for Hasbro is to bring a studio in, to have them redo all the animatics for the Beast Wars show to update the look. You already have the voice tracks. right? Like redo the show, remaster the show, give us a better looking show with the original voice tracks, and then re-release the toys. And then, obviously you're going to redesign because things are going to be looking a little bit different. And then see where that goes. I can't.
Psycho, you're not
I
wrong.
agree, but I
If
will
you-
give you a bit of hope. I don't know if you saw, there is a fan group out there that has been, somehow they acquired apparently the assets of Mainframe Animation, and they
Okay.
have been doing a restoration work and remaster of Reboot. And apparently they will be tackling Beast Wars after Reboot is done.
You did mention that last time. I haven't seen
So-
anything about it yet.
Here's the thing, though. Reboot and Beast Wars, right? Some of the first shows, not you still had Botsmaster. You guys don't know that one, but some of the first shows that were done like in 3D ish, right? So if the same people who did Reboot or Saving Reboot want to latch on to Beast Wars, I agree with Psycho. The show was fine. The story was fine. If you give me modern day graphics with the original show and give me quality toys, that shit will take off.
I've been arguing they should do the same thing with Generation 1 as well. Put them both on air at the same time even. Generation 1's soundtrack is perfect. We use all the voices, same sound effects and everything, just brand new CGI animation, because that's what all the kids want now. And
But see, the thing is, I don't think that Generation 1 would have the same kind of appeal now that Beast Wars would have, right? Like we have complete saturation of G1 because whenever you talk about
and
Transformers, you're
that's
talking
why
about-
exactly I think
I
it
feel
would
like the
work,
toys
because
would.
toys, you have classics, there's Missing Link. I think a Generation 3 would
Listen.
absolutely explode it. Plus, like I said, do Beast Wars at the same time, have both of them going. And then you're going to essentially dominate the boys market by having both vehicles and animals on the shelves at the exact same time. Whatever a kid likes is going to be a Transformer. You remember that stupid old phrase, there's an app for that?
Yes.
It's kind of like the same thing.
So
Yeah.
my son, who lives and dies by the computer, right? That's his generation.
Yeah.
He still comes out, he looks at my 4-foot Metroplex, he'll pull out Jazz and go, that is really cool. I'm like, yeah, he transforms. Oh, into what? I'm like, a robot. But he like messes with it and he goes, Dad, it's metal, it's hard to move. I'm like, what? And in my head, I'm like, well, yeah, he's supposed to be metal. Thank God he's not plastic and shit. But it's kind of funny. So I'm like, to you guys' point, yeah, man, if they redid G1 and they reproduced the toys in a quality version, not the shit they tried to do. There's so many things could happen positively, but it's whatever. It's a lot to talk about, and maybe
Yeah,
not
'cause I
tonight,
mean,
but-
I would imagine since you can still broadcast the show, you still own it. You're still paying those people royalty, right? Like you're still paying them royalties for their voice work. Take the voice track, take the soundtrack, and say, listen, we are going to redo this show, right? Maybe there are parts of characters that you don't like, right? Maybe, okay, this design could have been a little bit different. This design, maybe we're going to tweak some things, but for the most part, it stays the same. And then you say, okay, well, here's updated graphics. Here's some tweaks to this character. And then we're just going to lay the voice track in it like we did before. And then we're going to take off that way. And then it's like a whole new show, but not brand new.
But has all the same voice actors to keep Psycho happy. So back to the beginning of this show.
No, I'm not talking about keeping it to make me happy. I'm talking about keeping it to reduce the cost.
It was a joke, dipshit. Calm down.
The
Oh,
cost
pretty soon we're
These
going to be able to
crazy
have
years
AI make
come.
exactly the cartoons we want, with the
Jesus.
voices we want, with the stories we want. You'll be
See?
able to crank out a cartoon completely on your own home computer because some people are already doing that. And I think it's absolutely wonderful and amazing. And some people have already been using it for restoration work. Have you seen the 4K Beast Wars upscalings?
I have not.
Some guy there's a fella on YouTube who has been running Beast Wars through an AI to just upscale it. And it's like it's pulling out details that were present and just barely noticeable. It's impressive.
Interesting.
All right,
I long
so-
for the day where it's like I could take the Marvel Transformer comics or certain ones from IDW, the BotCon ones, feed them into an AI, and blam, pretty soon I'll be watching them live animated as a movie.
All right, I'm gonna call it. This is awesome. I wish there was more we could like spend time with, but yeah. All right, it's Tuesday night. We're done. It's 9:51. Spark, man. It's always a pleasure. Always.
Thank you for having me on. Much obliged.
Dude,
it was a lot of
we
fun.
will have you back for sure. Just whenever you're free. But Psycho, I love that you guys go back and forth. It's so much fun, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like I said. I need Hasbro to do something, because if not, then I don't think Transformers is gonna last. As much as I don't really care about G1, like there is a place where Transformers there's a role Transformers needs to fill, and if it's not here to fill it, what happens?
I just don't think it's gonna die. I think there's too many things that will carry that franchise, but that's a whole other show. And Wheeze, what do you got, if anything? You've been very pleasant.
Transformers is whack.
All right, good. So we're done with Wheeze.
No, fuck you. So Wednesday or Thursday night, we're doing Collector's Hideout. We're gonna.
I was going to talk about that, but all right.
Well, gotta plug my show. It is WrestleMania weekend coming up, so we will be doing a wrestling episode. I know, we know, Tony. You love men in tights and hugging, just not when it's wrestling. We understand. We know.
Also true.
So Thursday night will be a wrestling episode of Collector's Hideout to kind of just talk what's currently going on in the world of men in tights rubbing on each other. It's always a good time.
All right, so if you guys want to see Mel Brooks, come back on Thursday, Men in Tights. If not, we appreciate you all. Thank you for Transformers, and as always, guys, no capes. If you guys don't know, it's from.
Yes, we know.
Everyone knows where it's from. That's not the reason we shake. That's not the reason we shake our heads.
She always says no capes. I see no capes because of no capes.
That's not why we shake our heads. That's not why we face palm. We know exactly where it's from. It's just we don't.
You know what?
Do it.
Stop.
The new flame toys, Galva